we ever come in love. This great and glorious power, the wonder of life, indeed the wonder of the universe. And not only the universe that you are all aware of, but all universes. There is no separation. You have heard the expression, there is no separation in love. So therefore, it is not within the vicinity that you know and understand. It is of all creation. Your own minds cannot perhaps grasp this concept. It is very, very vast. And it is really impossible to attempt to do so when you are cased within a physical body with the confinements of the material world and all that it holds. But we would say to you, dear ones, keep yourselves very open in thought, that what you come to understand as being the truth, there is very, very much more beyond this. As you grow on your spiritual journey, you will find that concepts and ways of living and being unfold. There is always further unfoldment. So do not feel for one moment that you understand all things. Impossible. For there are many dear and wonderful souls in the spirit world, still understanding, still learning, as we ourselves are. And it makes life, the truth of life and living, a wonderful experience to know that it does go on and on. Do not become weary with that thought, for sometimes you are laden down in life and you feel the great burdens too hard to carry very often. But if you keep yourselves free of this weariness and think to yourself, greater things are going to unfold, greater learnings, have that thought of expectancy within your own being. Do not settle for something of a lower nature, thinking that you cannot attain anything higher in this lifetime. For this very lifetime that you now experience here upon your planet will allow you to have greater joys, greater realizations, greater wonderment of life. Ah, you might think, that all sounds very, very nice, but it is hard to attain. It is hard to completely be confidently in tune with. But it becomes easier and easier the more you practice. It is like anything at all in life. When you practice, you improve. You know this in your own experiences of other things in life, physical things, the use of material apparatus and so on. You know this to be true. And it is also true of your own spiritual nature. Discovering your own spirituality. This in itself is a wondrous thing. You may feel you know yourself. I know who I am. I know how I feel about things. But you do not. It is a constant unfoldment of your own being. There is always more. And is it not a glorious thing to know that there is much, much more? Is that not the excitement of life? the great essence of life that can uplift you. You might be experiencing ill health, things that are not quite going your way. But even these are experiences also. For you have come to earth to experience as much as you can. Perhaps you have not had those particular experiences before. But remember, dear ones, you are like an uncut diamond. Such is your soul. And various facets have to be polished so that they can shine and glitter and gleam like every color of the spectrum. So therefore, it is required for your souls and your own great benefit that you do experience many, many things. And it will include all sorts of experience of perhaps poverty at times in different lifetimes. Sometimes you are on the higher ground, as it were. Other times you are on the lower ground. Whatever the experience is, it is valuable to you. So think of it as a precious thing that will bring about your greater radiance, your ability to attain perfection. Now, you cannot do this in one lifetime. You cannot do it in many, many lifetimes. But the more experiences that you have, the sooner you are going to attain a state of equilibrium in your living. Perhaps you find that that state of consciousness is rather spasmodic. It is not continuous from the moment you awake in the mornings and the time when you rest your head, perhaps your weary head, and you do not think very much about your day, your thankfulness, your praise, that divinity that is within you, to give thanks within for bringing you through that day with many, many experiences. Perhaps you have days of restfulness. This too is an experience, and perhaps it has been so for some other time, a few days before, or even the day before. But your restfulness will be different, for nothing is identical. No experience in life is identical, not your own, nor the experience of others compared to your own. So it is little point, really, in making judgments of yourself or others, for you cannot compare something which is not the same. You can see the differences, but you cannot sit in judgment, for there are ways and means that people respond to varying experiences of life. And this is how it should be. This is, as it is stated, there is justice in the great laws of the universe, the laws of the Great Spirit, the laws of the Almighty. However you choose your own names that you give, you are free to do this, just as you are free to give names to your offspring if you have offspring, or you may give them to your animals, your pets, those that come into your life. You may have a special name for. And so you can also name the great love, the universal love, any name that you wish to give it. You can vary it from time to time, for there are no set rules in this particular way of gauging the power of the name. It is the power that you feel within you when you give certain powers a particular name. It is how you feel about it yourself. It is a natural gift within you to express love. And some are lacking in this, for they feel that it is not something that they have within them. Sadly to say, perhaps, they have not discovered the love within them. They have not had this experience. So some are given many experiences in life to try to draw this to the surface, that they recognize love within them. It can tap into the center of their being, that they become awakened to the source of their own center and feel that love. If nothing in your life presents itself in way of suffering or pain, you cannot feel compassion. There is no use for it. But when you observe or you experience yourself, you understand compassion. And with compassion, true compassion, comes love. It is no good just to separate the two. They are molded together. So do not separate them in your mind. Keep them fully attached, as you do, with kindness, with gentleness, with softness of nature. This is not suggesting for one moment that you become weak. Indeed, you have greater power when you fully allow the sweetness and the purity to shine forth from you. Do not ever feel that you can be, in a sense, too good. For goodness is godliness, and you cannot be too godly. That is impossible. It simply means as you grow more godly, more goodly, you are developing your own spiritual nature. And so, dear ones, we come with just a few words to provoke your thinking of thoughts of self. And when you examine yourself, free of judgment, free of skepticism of yourself, it will become part of your nature, and you will not look at others in such a fashion. For when your thoughts are along these lines, it prevents you from giving out love. You are bringing about a barrier, preventing yourself from participating in that which you came here to do upon earth, to express your own spiritual being. Indeed, you are in a human form, so balance is needed, perfect balance. This is something that you learn yourself. You can read, you can hear, you can listen to the words of others. But it is yourself that acquires this. It is yourself that knows when this is taking place and when it is not. Do not delve too deeply as to the whys and wherefores, that you become completely involved in what you are doing. When you recognize your own inharmonies, simply Bring yourself back into a harmonious state. Much time is wasted and then lost without moving forward. So, dear ones, we always come in great love to share with you the wonderments of life, so that you have an expectation of life blossoming day by day. Water the inner flower, that it may truly blossom, for all to breathe in the sweet perfume that you radiate to others. You each have a unique perfume that perhaps you cannot become aware of in the physical, but we in the spirit world, and particularly the angelic kingdom, become very much attracted to the sweet aroma that you radiate. You are all radiating beautiful colors. Think of this sometimes, that if you could simply witness and experience these perfumes, it would delight your senses, breathing others as if they were beautiful flowers, some in bud, some partially opened, and some gloriously opened. But it is like a garden. You can smell the flowers. Even the smallest flower will delight your senses. So it is not the size nor the shape that may give off the greatest aroma. All the flowers of a garden contribute to the beauty that is seen, that is experienced, that is breathed in. And you are all varying flowers of the garden. And together, it makes up this wondrous vision for us, particularly in the world of spirit. But using your own imagination, discarding the physical aspects that your eyes may see. Go deeper, go deeper. It is not required that you have particular gifts for this. It is a natural gift given to all, that you can see the beauty that flows. You can feel it. You can sense it. You all have these wondrous gifts. So rejoice in your gifts and allow yourself to experience the great fullness of life and the power, the great, great power of love. Come, many of us together, as we unite in thought. Naturally, there can only be but one spokesperson at a time. And we vary this. Sometimes there are many. Sometimes perhaps just one. But it is combined thought combined true understanding of the unity of being. May you all rest in peace, in love, tranquility, and blessings of the soul.